welcome back to learning C++ with Dheraxys. I am your host, Dheraxys, but you can call me Mason, and I don't know what I just did. Oh, God. Let's just move this back over here. Okay. So this right here is... Okay. This is what we will be working on today. Do you want to stop debugging? Yes. Okay, that's what I accidentally did. Okay, so I guess F10 debugs. F10 is also my start record key. So yeah. Alright, so this is basically what we're going to be working on here, minus these the fancy if statements here. I just did these if statements because I could. Yeah, so we're going to go on over, we're going to click on File, New Project, or Control-Shift-N is the shortcut if you prefer shortcuts. Visual C++, Windows 32 console application. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, just like last time. Fantastic, we're already off to a great start. I'm going to click the X here, File, New Project, Windows 32 console application, and we're going to name this whatever. Let's name it C++ is great. Yeah, that's just what we'll call it. And we're going to click on Next. Empty project, just like before. Make sure it's a console application. Click on Finish. Alright, so far so good. Empty project. Right click on Source Files, Add New Item, C++ file or .cpp. And we're just going to call this again like C++ is great .cpp. Alright, here we go. Now can you remember the things? I'm sure you can, but if you can't, I'm typing them here for you anyway. So we got pound or hashtag or sharp or whatever you want to call this symbol. Include, whoops, open and close little bracket thingies, IO stream, using namespace. Actually, what the heck am I doing? I don't have to type any of this in. 1 second here. If I just do this, I open up this, which I'm actually going to go ahead and put on this monitor so that I don't have to do that every time. So I'm just going to copy that. Boom. Pow. Alright, we got our basic stuff here all set and ready to go. Today, we're going to be going over, I guess, inputs. Inputting data, inputting information to the console. So, the way we're going to do that is, I'll show you. So, you remember cout, okay? So, let's just do that real quick. We'll do cout. Let's just say C++ is amazing. Yay, and we're super happy about that. And then end L and end line. Remember, you don't have to do the double end line. I just prefer to do that. So now we're going to save this, and we're going to build it. Oh, what's going on? Okay. And we're going to run it. Boom. C++ is amazing. Alright. You remember that from last time. This was the first program we ever wrote. Alright. So, now let's do C++ is amazing. End line, And then I'm actually just going to do this on a new line here, see out, just because I hate to keep lines running on and on and on. But, you know, you do it however you want. You could just put this right here, just do boom boom, and then what I'm going to type. But I just prefer to have it on another line because I like to keep my lines short. If, you know, a line makes more sense to be long, then yeah. But here it's not really necessary. So see out. How are you feeling? So it's going to ask you a question. How are you feeling? And line. And line. Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast here. If I am, just let me know. I'll slow it down a teensy bit. Alright, and here's where we put inputs. Except actually, wait a second, I'm going to open up my other project here. That's the wrong thing. Cancel. Boom, boom. Yes. Why can't I just have both projects open? It doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. So, okay, yes, we do have the variables. So, we're actually going to go over variables as well. So, that's pretty awesome. So, I'm just going to keep saying so because apparently that's all I know how to say right now. So, I'm just playing with you. I don't actually know where. Ah, is this it? Aha, C++ is great. C++ is great. C++ is great. Alright, so we're going to go up here, above everything here, and we're going to make a variable. And you know how I briefly explained variables last episode? So we have int, and int stands for integers, so an integer variable can be, you know, it can have a value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, negative 11, negative 17, 37, 300. It's a round number. All right. And then we also have double. Now, double is a variable type where a number contains a decimal, such as 12.5 or 3.1415926535. That's all I know accurately. Or, you know, whatever. And in this instance here, we're going to use the double variable type. Now, your variable name can be literally anything that you want it to be. So I'm just going to call this feels. All right. So now we have the variable feels. Now this variable isn't declared as anything. We could set it equal to like 10, right? That doesn't really do much for us now. And of course we can change the value of feels later on. But for now we're just going to leave it as feels. And what we're doing here is we're declaring it. And so up here in the variable dictionary, we're also going to put this here. So we're going to have feels, that's feeks. We're going to have feels, and then we'll have double is the variable type, and the definition is the user's feelings. So what the definition is essentially is, what is this variable? What is it? You're defining it. What is this variable used for? In our case, our variable feels is to hold the user's feelings. So there you go. So then we'll put in you know what, we'll say on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? And then down here we'll do C in, and then the little arrows this way. Now C in stands for console in, so you're inputting something, and then feels. So we're giving so what we input into the console will be stored as feels. It will be made the new value. So if we save here and then build it, then run the program, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty alright right now, so I'll say about a 7. And that's it. Press any key to continue. Now, that's because that's all we told it to do so far. So here's what we're going to do now. Is we're going to do C out, and then something like, that's great. And then end line. And I'm going to end line again. And actually, I got to do a little funky thing here. End line once more, I believe. And I'm doing the wrong frickin' things here. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Save, and then boop. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? We'll say 7, just like we did before. That's great. And press any key to continue. Now see, if I didn't put the end line before it here, it would have showed up like right underneath it, and I don't like it that way. If you like it that way, go for it. I personally don't like it that way, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do things the way I like to do them, and I'm showing you the way I like to do them. And that's pretty much it, actually, for variables and inputting information. However, I am actually going to teach you a little bit about if statements here. Just because I have the time, and actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it, because we're only 13 and a half minutes in here, roughly. Of course, I'm going to edit. There's a couple parts that I'm going to end up cutting out, because I went a little quiet, because I was texting. Figures, right? So yeah. If statements. Now, an if statement is basically, if this statement is true, then this will happen. Otherwise, this will happen. So we have C out here. That's great. Okay. Feels. But let's say you're feeling bad. You're feeling like a 2. You're gonna feel real bad if the program just says, oh, a 2, that's fantastic, that's great. So that's not really a good thing. It's not. So what we can do is we can put in an if statement. So if we do this, and of course I almost forgot the little parentheses here, and we'll cut that. Okay, that made me panic a little bit there. And we'll paste it there. Oops. And what we're going to do here is if feels is less than, actually no, is greater than 4.0, 9. Yeah. If it's greater than 4.9, actually no. Okay. If it's greater than 5, we'll do that's great. If feels is equal to 5, then we'll say cout. Oops. I just pasted the line again since I already had it copied. We'll do cout. We'll say cheer up, pal. Else, because an if statement always has to end with an else, we could just put another if here, but as far as I know, it has to end with else. That just completes the if statement. I'm not, you know what? I'm going to test this here. Let's see if it does need an else to close it out. I'm not entirely sure it does. So if feels is less than 5, we'll do cout. I gotta fucking get rid of that tab there. Alright, let's do it like this. Control C. There we go. It'll be okay. I promise. And then we'll do one final if statement here. If feels is greater than 10, I'm so funny. You cheeky, freaky. Spelled that wrong. We'll just say cheeky. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I can finish it, but I want people of all ages to be able to learn this here. So we'll just run it now. So C++ is amazing. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? Let's say we're not feeling so hot. We're feeling like a 2. Cheer up, pal, and I spelt that wrong. Jesus. And then it ends. Cheer up, pal. Save. And if we run it again, let's say we're feeling alright. It's a 5. Cheer up, pal. I might have done something wrong here. That's great. Cheer up, pal. Oh, you know what? I did the equal thing wrong. It's got to be equal, equal. That's right. That's what equal to is. It's not just one equal sign. So now if we run it, it should work just like normal. So let's say 5. Cheer up, pal. Okay. Let's say 2. It'll be okay, I promise. And let's say we're feeling great. We're feeling a full 10. That's fantastic. All right. And then finally, you know, we're feeling phenomenal. We're feeling like a 24. That's great, you cheeky. We'll actually just add a dot 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 after that, so it's very subtle. Subtly, it's very passive aggressive. Yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. Some simple little if statements here. I think that's all I did in that other project. I'm pretty sure. Go here. Sorry if you heard that buzz. That was my phone. Yeah, that was about all I did. Oh, right. Okay. So another thing you can do with variables here is, I'll just show you here, is you can print out variables that have been declared with the cout statement. So here we have my age and we have his age, and immediately here we set his age equal to 45.5. So we have Jams is the man. He is, and then we have a space there, because if we don't have a space, the number will just show up right next to it, like right there. So it'll be like 45.5, like that. So that's why we're gonna have that space at the end here, because you can't put it anywhere else. And then we have his age, which is the his age variable, which is currently equal to 45.5, and line. And then it asks, how old are you? And then you input your age. And then I put some fancy, if statements here, just like I did with the other program. So if my age is equal to 21, say how the bar is treating you. If my age is 18, you're an adult now. How's that feel? Otherwise, just print out neat. So if I run this just to